River changes. Since water can cause erosion, clearly a river is going to experience changes due to erosion. So one of the things that the erosion is going to do is cause the river to get wider. That's clearly because the sides are eroded away. That will also cause the river flow to slow, because now you have the same amount of water in a wider river. And so it doesn't have to flow as fast to move. So if you think about if you have a hose and you've got water coming out of your hose, if you put your thumb over the water flows faster. And that's because you're giving it a smaller area to go through, but the same amount of water has to go through that area, so it goes faster. So the reverse, make a wider opening, it's going to move slower. You're also going to get meandering. The soft rock is going to erode first. And so the river will meander around the harder rocks. So this creates twists and turns within the river. So here we see starting to meander as it goes around, and here we've got lots of meandering as it moves around the harder rocks, takes the path of least resistance. Deepening. Not only do the sides erode away, but the bottom erodes away as well. Plus, you're going to also have flooding that will create a floodplain. So you're not only deepening within the river itself, but really from the surroundings, you're also getting deeper. So here, your adjacent ground hasn't been affected by the river, and so the depth is just from those edges. Here we're getting deeper, and we're eating away at these edges. Here we've created a huge floodplain, and if you look from the actual ground edge down to the bottom of the water, it's getting quite deep. So all of these changes can be seen in the river valley as a whole. So this is the entire river environment. And see some of the things that occur due to all of these changes. When you have a youthful river, one of the things you'll notice is that it is V-shaped because it hasn't been eroded much. So you've got this nice little V shape to it. It's going to be narrow. It's going to flow fairly straight. It's not going to have much meandering associated with it. In maturity, it's going to be more bowl-shaped. It's going to have some meandering. E didn't turn out very well. So we've got a little bit of meandering going on here. And it's going to start to get deeper. And wider. Old age, it's going to be very broad. So our profile is going to be very broad, U-shaped, very slow. Lots of meandering. It's going to be hard to distinguish it from the floodplain. And if you think about, like a river delta area, where it doesn't take much to go over the edges of the river and start filling in the floodplain. So it's created this whole region, not just the river itself, as the river has matured. So those are the stages in the life of a river and the effects that water has on the shape of a river. And all of it is related to erosion by water.